Paul, in Extreme City, you are attempting to do a Hollywood, Bollywood action thriller with songs and dances set in Mumbai that has to appeal to a national, Indian and an international audience. Of course, this has never been attempted before. How are you hoping to pull it off?
Well, I assume that there'll be some luck involved. This film, the challenge almost seems to be sociological, because you have these two great commercial traditions, and they operate under different rules. But there are many things they have in common. And is there a way to create a film that a Hindi audience regards as a Bollywood film and an international audience regards as an international film? For this reason, I'm not being so presumptuous as to come here and do this. I've realized that the only way you ever get to Bollywood is from Bollywood. So I have a Bollywood co-writer, Mushtaq Sheikh, who wrote Om Shanti Om and Bilu, and has a series now on Sahara One. I have one of the producers is Indian, who is Anubhav Sinha, is from a very commercial tradition. I am from a more serious kind of tradition. So somehow, if we all collaborate together, maybe we can find this middle road.
You had said, Paul, that I'm more interested in the slightly skewed point of view and following that to its logical or illogical end, whether it's that of a psychopathic cab driver or Mishima or a gigolo. But how does a film like Extreme City, which in a sense has to be all things to all people, accommodate a skewed point of view?
When you are trying to reach across different audiences, obviously there's less room for idiosyncrasy and peculiarity. However, contradiction does remain the heart and soul of character. That's really what makes character. So, and that is kind of skewed. I loved her so much I hit her. That's character. And so good characters will always have contradictions built inside them.
What about Bollywood, Paul, excites you the most, and what about it frustrates you the most?
The thing that excites me the most is a new arena, and I've made a film in Japan and Japanese. I've made films in Italy and Morocco, and I also have a very soft spot for the song and dance. And I was part of the generation in the 60s, 70s that sort of gave up on the American musical tradition. It never did here, it has just thrived and survived. And I don't care much for the kind of pure specialty pieces where they break away from the story.
The item number.
Yeah, specialty number, whatever. And but the ones I've written are from the older tradition of coming out of the story. In a Western context, that would be like West Side Story. I just met a girl named Maria. It's the emotion that just comes out of the scene.
But what about Bollywood frustrates you?
I mean, the movie business in general can be very frustrating. A lot of things don't happen. And sometimes they don't happen for reasons you don't understand. And sometimes you have to finally just conclude that this is not going to happen, but no one wants to tell me it's not going to happen. Whereas in America, they'll tell you, this is not going to happen, do something else. And here they'll tell you, just wait. And boy, that gets frustrating.
Tuba.com